Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make him bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
So Jon Jones is back. Yes, you guys heard it right. Jon Jones is back. Let me tell you guys something. Jon Jones has been back. If there's a reason why this fight never happened, it wasn't because of Jon. I guarantee you it's because of Stipe. And that being said, the fact that we're on the Stipe topic right now is there's two things that Stipe doesn't do. He doesn't fight and he doesn't talk smack. He's not much of a trash talker. Yeah, he's got, I guess everybody has their own shtick or persona, or if they just want to be shy around cameras. I don't know, sometimes that's the best case scenario for a guy like that. Like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, when I retired. I allowed the division to move on. The heavyweight division, there's nobody there other than those three guys. Jon Jones, Francis Ngannou, Stipe Miocic. You know, these are the only guys that are really keeping that heavyweight division even alive, where we've never really seen a mega blockbuster heavyweight fight since the Brock Lesnar days. The reason why I bring that up is because if you're not going to fight, then just retire, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're not, I would prefer some sort of entertainment where you're going to be able to entertain people, whether it's talking smack, whether it's keeping people engaged. But if that's not your style and if you don't want to fight, just, make it easy for the rest of the division so they can allow themselves to kind of move on. Because now we're talking about Jon Jones versus Curtis Blaydes. I mean, that's with all due respect to Curtis Blaydes, that's a great fight. That's easy money for Jon Jones. Jon Jones is a better wrestler. Jon Jones is a better striker. Jon Jones might even be heavier than this guy. Jon Jones, when he was out here in Arizona, he was pushing close to about 250. And I'm talking about 250, nice and yoked, and you can still see that there's weight to be put on. There's potential fights with Curtis Blaydes. How does that fight end up? I think it's easy money for Jon. Like I said before, I think the time off that he's had has only helped him to rejuvenate, to spark that fire once again, to come back and really, to come back and, kind of have a little bit of that chip on your shoulder, especially when people don't think that you have the ability of going up to heavyweight and actually winning. I just don't know if Stipe is the guy that could really sell a fight, nor do I think it's Curtis Blaydes. But there's one guy, and we all know it, they call him the most dangerous athlete in the world. I forget what it was. It was, I think, Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas, he be sometimes some of his shit sticks on the wall. But the most lethal power in UFC history. That's right. It's Francis Ngannou. I'm just trying to figure out, where is it that Francis Ngannou wants to go? Does Francis Ngannou really want to box? Does he want to make that $30 million payday? Because I know if I was in his shoes, that's exactly what I would be thinking. I'm thinking, if I was Francis Ngannou, guys, I'd be thinking of the Gypsy King. You guys have done it. You guys have organized it. You guys have been on the ring together. You guys have talked about unified rules, X, Y, and Z. I want to know who is it that's dropping the ball. I want to know who is it that doesn't want to make 30, 40 million off of one fight. So that being said, is the UFC really going to take care of Francis? Is he going to be making that crazy money like he would in boxing? Because I'll tell you guys right now, if Francis Ngannou fights Jon Jones right now, and a lot of you guys are like, oh, you helped train Jon Jones. It's not even a biased opinion. Jon Jones has too many tools for Francis. There's so many tools. He's a competitor. He understands that maybe, and it may not be here, but there's going to be different calculations of him actually winning the fight. I don't want to get the game plan or speak for Jon, but if Stipe does end up fighting Jon Jones, I think we will hear a new. But what is it that, like, my biggest question too in the heavyweight division, what is it that Francis Ngannou was doing? Is he, like I said, if I'm in his position, I'm thinking about money. I'm thinking about that $30, $40 million payday. But if it is true and he does fight Jon Jones in March, then guys, we officially have our biggest heavyweight blockbuster in history.
Yeah, I will say, circling back a little bit on stuff, you mentioned those three guys in the heavyweight division. One big heavyweight that you did forget to mention, whether intentionally or not intentionally, Ciryl Gane, which I get the point you were making. You were more making the point of the star power, the big names in the division, but Ciryl Gane, I think, has deserved that respect at least.
Yeah, he does, but why don't we have Ciryl Gane versus Stipe? Pretty much the odd man out here, his name is Stipe Miocic. And I tell you what, guys, he's a hero, he's a firefighter, he does all that. But if he's not gonna play the game, let's take your name out the hat. Let's retire, man. Let's give these other guys, these other heavyweights, the opportunity to actually fight. Because again, I go back. When I retired. I retired on that I retired on that Saturday. By Monday, Dana White had my pink slip. I'm done. I'm out. I allowed the bantamweight division to go on without me. Peter Yan ended up fighting Aldo, and the flyweight division has moved. The bantamweight division moved on since then. But that being said, I mean, Stipe, you really had to come to a conclusion. If you believe you can be the heavyweight champion again, then you have to fight because you're only getting older. I know for a fact it isn't Jon. That this is the only thing that I could tell you. I mean, Jon is anxious to fight. This man wanted to fight in December, which is next month. Like that's how prepared and ready Jon Jones is. But you need two to tango, and Stipe is not it.
Final thing, like you said, it might not be the matchup that makes the most sense right now, but if Francis Ngannou goes against Jon Jones in March, what do you think that matchup looks like?
I think Jon Jones is just too smart of a competitor, number one, and he has too many tools as a fighter, number two. So, but if there's any matchup stylistically that puts a block into Jones that could beat Jones, that has opportunity of that, it's the power. It's the guy that takes risk, like a big heavyweight, like Francis Ngannou. But does Francis Ngannou actually have other tools other than just that infamous right hand, left hook, or that left hook, right hand? You know what I mean? Does he have anything else other than like these power punches? We've seen in the past, we've seen him take down Ciryl Gane in the past, but taking Jon Jones down and controlling my bottom are two different things. This man comes from American style wrestling, folk style wrestling, where he has the ability of actually getting up. So if I could put money on it, I have to go Jon Jones. Anybody who doubts that man is, you guys must know something that I don't, but Jon Jones all the way, and I think Jon Jones takes a heavyweight crown if they do end up fighting March 4th. So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdown, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!